Hello, everybody. This is Tony Benson and Kidlat review the movie Balto, where we review the movie of Balto. Although Balto may be for families, this review contains strong language, so viewer discretion is advised.
So, lyrics, meaning. There's actually a meaning for it in the lyrics itself. So, when I dive deeper into the AI mode, this is what it reads: "Reach for the Light," performed by Steve Winwood for the 1995 film Balto, serves as a powerful anthem of self-discovery, resilience, and finding one's identity. The lyrics respect several key themes that mirror the film's narrative: self-discovery and identity. The core message, "Come out of the darkness and find out who you are," relates directly to Balto's struggle with his heritage as a half-wolf, half-dog. It encourages overcoming the voice inside that leads the soul astray to embrace one's true nature. Confronting fear. The opening lines, "Deep in the night, the winds blow cold, the fear takes hold," symbolizes the literal metaphorical storm of life. The song urges the listener to believe in their dreams and not turn away from challenges. Inner strength and resilience. Phrases like somewhere in you there's a power with no name emphasizes that even in the darkest moments, individuals possesses a hidden strength that can rise to meet the moment. Destiny and freedom. The bridge suggests that when destiny calls, one must let their heart break free from the constraints of past mistakes or societal expectations to fulfill their purpose. The song was so central to the franchise's identity that the pilot of the sequel, Balto 2 Wolf Quest, was reportedly inspired by its lyrics. But then if we go to the regular search, it basically says the exact same thing, but it's different. Overcoming fear and adversity, inner strength and self-belief, finding one's identity, self-discovery, perseverance and destiny, hope and freedom.
And I take this to heart.
I actually do as well, because I know there are still going to be a lot of obstacles and hurdles that are going to be in my way, but I will try my best to overcome them.
Exactly. Like all the ones we've had through when we were children, through teens.
So, any thoughts, Mr. Benson?
Those were the thoughts.
So,
I would give this a 10 out of 10. If I had to rate this, it is a solid 10 out of 10, and I wish it got more love when it was in theaters back in 1995.
I'm going to say this right now, and this is going to be a huge understatement, but you all know what my rating is? 10 million out of 10. Because the film was so good. Even though it was a box office flop, it shouldn't have been a box office flop, though. It was really good. It was based
on a true story, because even though it started out live action, then it cut a little bit, and then at the end, it zooms away from the statue.
Well, you know that the camera doesn't zoom away; it just turns, like it pans to a different angle. Because Grandma Rosie's walking the other direction. I'm like, when we hear the word Grandma Rosie, I'm like, no way, that's the same girl. That's like the same girl he saved, though. Like if you think about it, there's the little girl Rosie from the animated movie. And then you put into perspective, Tony, what is that? What if you put two and two together like that? What does that mean? They're the same person.
Oh my god.
She just grew up.
I know, at that moment, I thought that was amazing.
Hopefully, maybe later on in the future.
So a lot of people are probably wondering why the statue's in Central Park in New York City and not in Nome, Alaska, the town he saved. Well, I will let Kidlat explain that.
Considering that, not a lot of people had grown up watching Balto, someone had basically had to show that this was the route that Balto and he and the others took. But they also wanted to have the whole world know his story. So the statue remains there in New York City to this day, because, people at least know who he is. And now know about the true, what's going on with.
This was a very powerful movie.
I have to ask, would you change anything, Tony?
Absolutely not. I would not. No, there is absolutely nothing to change, except for Steele being less of a bitch. But other than that, I wouldn't. It's a true story, and it needs to stay that.
Okay, so are we gonna bring up the deleted scenes and storyboards that were never mentioned?
I never saw those, and we're not
Okay.
going to talk about those. I never saw them, so that's why we're going to talk about them.
Okay, so sidebar for those who may not know, if you haven't seen the scene select when you own the Balto DVD, the barrel scene was basically a cut scene from the very first Balto film where Rosie lost her mitten and Balto was trying to return it to her, but then Steele and his goons pushed down a barrel and literally just sent it tumbling towards him. I mean, there was like animated sequences where he was going to jump on it and he was going to roll and whatnot, but it got cut. And I'm like, okay, now that's just wrong. They could have put that in the film. That was actually something really good. And then there was the alternate ending where Steele had the golden collar ripped off of him. I mean, Star, let me tell you, he put on his big boy balls today. Because he had the audacity to rip off that collar. Like, seriously.
That's the one that keeps getting, where that other dog that just has his paw into a fist and hits him on the head. Well, that's it for this. I got more reviews on the way. I plan to do and review the original 101 Dalmatians with Kidlat at some point.
Definitely.
To celebrate the 65th anniversary of the film.
Yeah, apparently Balto's actually now 35 years old, so I think also,
But we will do
movie
that.
2 and then 3 and so on and so forth. And trust me, we're going to be talking a lot about what happens with the second film and third film at some point in the future. So, yeah, as Tony said, thank you all so much for watching.
Yes.
And then
Kidlat's channel will be in the description. Also, my other channel will be in the description. But when you guys see the next Beaufort and Lupin review, we won't have an issue with that anymore because Media 2 knows their place. That is when they decide to upload the third episode. It's been like 8 or 10 months, for fuck's sakes. I think
Media 2, get the fucking work on it. Anyway,
I want the third dub episode, for fuck's sakes.
Anyway, this is Kidlat Gaming with
your main man, Tony Benson, who wants to know that if you don't subscribe to the channel, you will have bad luck for 6 weeks.
No.
I'm just joking.
If as an angry video gamer nerd say, you're a poopy head.
Thank you for watching, guys.